If you've already decided you're moving to the Indianapolis area and you're trying to figure out where exactly to land, most people are looking at Carmel, Fishers, or Noblesville, and those are fine. But there's a suburb on the south side that a lot of people skip right past, and I think that's a major mistake, and that is Greenwood, Indiana. And in this video, I'm gonna give you an honest breakdown of what it's actually like to live here, the good, the not so good, and whether it's the right fit for you. So stick around because I'm gonna cover location and commute, neighborhoods, cost of living, schools, what to do on a weekend, and what your money actually gets you in Greenwood right now. So by the end of this video, we'll have a clear picture of whether Greenwood belongs on your short list or whether you should be looking somewhere else. Either answer is fine with me. I just want you to make the right call. So here's the thing about Greenwood. It has an identity problem. If you search best suburbs of Indianapolis, it's usually buried behind the North Side name. And part of that is just marketing. Part of it is that Greenwood doesn't have the same glossy reputation as Carmel or Fishers. It doesn't show up in the lifestyle magazine spreads. It doesn't have an arts and district with a catchy name. But here's what I actually see on the ground working with buyers. People come in with a fixed budget, they do the math, and they realize that they could get significantly more house in Greenwood than they expected, and the quality of life conversation changes pretty quickly after that. The other thing I see is buyers who ruled Greenwood out early based on reputation more than research, and then toured it and had to recalibrate. Not because Greenwood is secretly Carmel, it isn't, but because it's a genuinely solid place to live that's been undersold for a long time. So if you've been sleeping on Greenwood, or if you just haven't got to it yet in your research, this video is going to give you what you need. So where is Greenwood and why the location actually matters? Greenwood sits just south of Indianapolis in Johnson County. Depending on exactly where in Greenwood you land, you're looking at roughly 10 to 20 minutes from downtown Indianapolis. And that's not fighting the kind of corridor congestion you deal with coming south from Carmel on US 31 at rush hour. And you've got I-65 and US 31 as your main arteries, and for most of Greenwood, the commute is cleaner than people expect. For context, Greenwood is actually one of the closer bedroom communities to downtown Indianapolis and the entire metro area. That surprises people who've been exclusively looking at the north side, where you might be 25 to 35 minutes out on a good day. If your job is downtown, or if you just want to actually use the city you moved to, the south side math works in your favor. Johnson County itself is worth understanding as a whole. It's one of the faster growing counties in Indiana. Greenwood is the largest city in it, but you've also got Burgersville, Franklin, and Whiteland nearby. The county has been investing in infrastructure to keep pace with that growth, which matters if you're thinking about this as a long-term place to put your roots down. Well, what about the commute? Let's spend a little more time on this because it's one of the most common questions I get from relocators, and most videos gloss over it. If you're commuting downtown, you're generally looking at 15 to 25 minutes depending on where in Greenwood you live and what time you're leaving. Interstate 65 northbound is your primary route. Like any highway in any city, it has its moments during peak hours, but it's manageable commute by any reasonable standard. If you're working on the south side of Indianapolis itself, Southport Corridor, the Amazon facilities, the industrial and logistics operation that have been growing down here, Greenwood might be the most practical address in the metro for you. If you're going north, Carmel, Fishers, the Tech Corridor up around 96th Street, that's a longer haul. Worth being realistic about. You're not going to want to do 45 minutes each way indefinitely, and from Greenwood, that's what North Indianapolis looks like in traffic. The point is, Greenwood's location is an asset if your life is oriented toward downtown or South Indy. It's neutral to slightly inconvenient if everything important to you is on the north side. Know that going in.
Hey guys, it's Craig. As much as I love making these videos, there is one thing I love more, and that is helping families and people from all over the United States make their move to my hometown, Indianapolis. I have helped countless families make this move, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Indianapolis.
Cost of living and where Greenwood actually makes its case. This is where Greenwood starts making a real argument. And I want to be specific because vague comparisons aren't useful. The median home price in Greenwood right now is $330,000. Carmel's median is significantly higher. Fishers is somewhere in between. The homes in Greenwood are not proportionally worse, and in many cases, they're comparable in size, condition, and build quality. What you're paying for in those other zip codes, in part, is the address. At the $350,000 to $450,000 $150,000 range in Greenwood, you're routinely finding newer construction homes built in the last 10 to 15 years with open floor plans, 3-car garages, finished basements, and decent lot sizes. That combination at that price point is harder to consistently find on the north side right now. At the $450,000 to $550,000 range, you start getting into some genuinely impressive inventory. Larger square footage, higher end finishes, bigger lots with more privacy. That's a price bracket where Greenwood punches above its weight. On property taxes, Johnson County's rates are generally favorable compared to Hamilton County, which is where Carmel and Fisher sit. This is a real number that affects your actual monthly payment. If you're doing serious budget math, run both counties side by side. The difference might shift your calculation more than you expected. And cost of living beyond housing, groceries, restaurants, gas is pretty much in line with broader Indianapolis metro. You're not paying a premium to live here the way you might in a certain coastal markets you're moving from. What about neighborhoods? What to know before you pick a street? Well, Greenwood isn't one neighborhood. It has a real variety, and where you land inside Greenwood matters more than most people realize when they're researching from out of state. If you want newer construction with that polished suburban feel, fresh streets, HOAs, amenities, pools, playgrounds, the whole setup, you're looking at developments in the southern and western parts of the city. And the newer build-outs towards Bargersville have been drawing a lot of families over the last several years. These neighborhoods feel intentionally built, which is either a selling point or not, depending on your taste. If you want more established neighborhoods with mature trees, larger lots, and more character, the kind of street where the landscaping has had 30 years to figure itself out, there are pockets closer to Old Town Greenwood and some of the older subdivisions near the city center that have had a completely different feel. These tend to be more walkable, more distinct, and they often come in at lower price points because the kitchens haven't been renovated yet. Good opportunity for buyers who are willing to do a little work. There's also a middle tier, subdivisions from the late 90s and 2000s that are solidly built, well-maintained, and priced in a range that makes a lot of sense for move-up buyers or relocators coming from markets where this quality of home would cost twice as much. This is probably the largest bucket of Greenwood inventory, and it represents good value. One thing worth knowing, parts of Greenwood bleed into adjacent communities like New Whiteland and Bargersville, which are technically separate municipalities but practically feel like extensions of the same area. If you're searching with a strict Greenwood filter, you might be missing inventory that's functionally the same neighborhood. Worth widening the search a little. Schools, the Center Grove question. So if you're moving with kids, this is the first question, and Greenwood has a real answer that doesn't get enough credit. Parts of Greenwood, particularly the newer developments in the southern half of the city, fall under Center Grove Community School Corporation. Center Grove consistently ranks among the top school districts in the state of Indiana. The high school has strong academic performance, robust extracurriculars, competitive athletics, and the kind of community investment and parental involvement that you can't manufacture from scratch. It's a legitimate draw, and it's something that often surprises buyers who assume the north side had a monopoly on strong public schools. Center Grove High School in particular has a reputation that extends well beyond Johnson County. If you're coming from a state where you were paying private school tuition to get this level of quality, the combination of Center Grove schools and the Greenwood home prices is going to look very different on a spreadsheet. Now, and this is important, not all of Greenwood feeds into Center Grove. Other parts of the city are served by Greenwood Community Schools and Clark Pleasant Community School Corporation. Both are legitimate options with their own strengths, but they're different school systems with different profiles, and the distinction matters if Center Grove is specifically why you're looking at this part of the metro. Before you fall in love with a specific house, confirm which district it feeds into. I've seen buyers get this wrong at the offer stage, and it's a painful conversation. This is something I can walk every client through early in the process so there are no surprises.
Thinking about relocating to Indianapolis? Well, I have just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours and hours of research. And I've linked it down below, from the top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. You heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope this helps.
Well, what's there to do? Is there enough here? Fair question, and I'd rather give you an honest answer than oversell it. Greenwood is not a culinary destination. It's not going to be confused with Broad Ripple or Mass Avenue for restaurant variety and nightlife. If that's your primary metric for evaluating a suburb, Greenwood is probably not winning that competition, and I'd rather tell you now. What Greenwood does well is the practical stuff. The US 31 corridor through the city handles essentially all of your day-to-day needs. Greenwood Park Mall, big box retail, national chains, grocery options, medical facilities. It's not exciting, but it works, and it works without requiring a 25-minute drive to get to it. Old Town Greenwood has been the more interesting development story over the last few years. The downtown area has added locally owned restaurants, some independent shops, and more neighborhood scale feel that's different from the commercial strip. It's not a finished product yet, it's still developing, but the trajectory is good and there's genuine character starting to emerge here. For outdoor activity, Freedom Park is the main community park and it is well used. Trails, sports facilities, open space. Johnson County has some decent trail access and the White River Corridor offers outdoor options that don't require leaving the area. It's not an outdoor recreation mecca, but it's not a concrete box either. And the card Greenwood always has to play, Indianapolis is 20 minutes away. Museums, professional sports, concert venues, the restaurant scene downtown and in Broad Ripple, all of it is accessible without living in it. For a lot of people, that's actually the ideal setup. You get the quiet and the space and the value of a suburb, and the city is where you want it. So who Greenwood is actually right for? I want to spend a minute on this because I think it's the most useful thing I can tell you. Greenwood tends to be a strong fit for buyers who are value conscious, meaning you care about what you're actually getting for your money, not just what the address signals. If your goal is maximizing square footage, lot size, and build quality within a given budget, Greenwood is hard to beat in the metro right now. It's a strong fit for buyers whose work or daily life is oriented toward downtown Indianapolis or the south side. The commute math works and you're not paying a premium you don't need to pay. It's a stronger fit for families prioritizing schools, specifically if Center Grove is on your radar. The combination of that school district and Greenwood's price point is genuinely compelling. It's a less obvious fit if everything important to you, your job, your social life, your preferred restaurants, are all on the north side of the city. Not impossible, but you'd be swimming against the grain geographically every day, and that adds up. And it's worth being honest that Greenwood doesn't have the same level of walkable, amenity-rich neighborhood infrastructure as some of the more developed north side suburbs. If that's high on your list, you should factor it in. The way I usually frame it to clients is Greenwood is for people who want a genuinely good place to live and aren't willing to overpay for a name. That's a specific kind of buyer. If that's you, it belongs on your list. And if you're seriously evaluating Greenwood as your next home base, the most useful next step is a real conversation. Every relocation situation is a little bit different budget, different pipeline, which neighborhoods actually fit your lifestyle, which school district matters to you, and I can help you work through all of that. A link in the description to grab time on my calendar if you're still in the comparing suburbs phase and you want to see how Greenwood stacks up against Carmel, Fishers, and the other north side options. The free location guide is also down there. It covers the whole metro in the same level of detail you just got here. If this video was useful, subscribe. I'm putting out a new video every week covering the Indianapolis suburbs at exactly this depth. And please drop a comment below. Where are you moving from? What's the most important factor in choosing a suburb? I read every comment and respond. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.